How to make 30K in 30 days. Guys, my name is Rick Ginn, and today we are going to talk about making some fast cash and get it done within 30 days in wholesaling real estate. But before I get into it, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button to continue to receive the most up-to-date information on wholesaling today. So 30K in 30 days. Guys, I'm here to tell you it is definitely doable, but you're going to have to take urgent action to hit this goal. The first thing we have to do is we have to find out what we're going to be targeting. And since we are on a limited time frame to make a bunch of money, is we have to be laser focused and create these target lists. So the first list, if I'm going to attack to make 30K in 30 days, the number one list I'm going to go after is driving for dollars. It's simple. You get in your car, you get on a bike, you put on your running shoes. I don't care what it is. And you go out there and you just find ugly houses. Rick, what's an ugly house? Grass is overgrown. Blue tarps are on the roof. Mailbox is knocked over. There's mold all over the house. There's junk all in the yard. It looks terrible. It doesn't look like anybody's taken care of. These are the houses you're going to go out and collect. So you can simply go out and collect these properties. There's several different ways to do it. One of the easiest ways is really just take a notepad and write them down. Like, Rick, that's a lot of writing. Guys, I did it for years and I still have this habit of writing down ugly houses whenever I'm out and about. I see a house that doesn't belong in a neighborhood. So you want to write them down. Now, since we need a lot of them to create urgency, I'm going to expect you to at least collect a minimum of 100 to 150 houses per week. It's not that hard. It's an easy obtainable goal, and I want you to do it. You can do it with your notepad, or if you want to use dmzack.com, you can use the Deal Machine app and organize it on there. Whichever you want to do. One's a little bit easy organized, it's paid. The other way is free. Whatever you want to do with it, guys, collect these addresses. They're gold. Because the key to driving for dollars is you can cut straight to the front of the line and connect with a motivated seller because you're looking at a house that's distressed. It obviously needs a wholesaler like you. If you can reach out and contact them, driving for dollars is the fastest way to get a deal done, especially if you want to get something done in 30 days. Guys, go out and make sure you get at least 400 plus leads within this 30 days. Put them on the notepad, DM Zach, whichever you want to do, and go out there and get it. This is often an overlooked technique, but I'm telling you, if you want to make some fast cash and you want to get jump started in wholesaling, do not overlook driving for dollars. It's been around long before I did this business, and it'll be around a long time after I do this business. Guys, go out and get it. I love driving for dollars. Probably the fastest way to get a deal, bar none. And really, honestly, it doesn't cost you a lot of money other than your drive time, a little bit of gas, and if you use the app to use it at DM Zach. The next thing we want to do is we want to go out and get basically a list. And so what's the next list I can get if I'm not doing driving for dollars? It's simple. You want to go out and get government lists. But I want to be specific on these lists. I'm going to give you the lists that create urgency, something we need to get done in 30 days. Because remember, our goal is to make 30K in 30 days. And guys, you only need 3 deals at 10K a pop, or you just need 2 deals at 15K. So the 30 days is very doable. You know, I usually like to recommend doing probates, but because we're in a limited amount of time, we're going to eliminate probates off this list because they do take time, typically up 90 to 120 days to do a probate. So I'm not going to recommend it on this list, but don't overlook it for the long run of wholesaling. My favorite government list is hands down going to be code violations. The best way to get this list is skip the email, skip the phone call, definitely skip the text, drive down to your local building department, your city hall, or your annex, and find where the code violations department is. It's usually in code enforcement, something to do with the building department. And you want to get this list, and you are going to get some resistance here. You guys know that up front. The easiest way to overcome resistance is constant persistence, and do it in a nice way. So when they tell you no, or we can't do it, or you got to talk to the city attorney, this is great. Tell me how I can move forward in getting this list. And just keep at it and don't go away, and be super kind and polite, and you will eventually get these lists. Now, these lists are awesome because it's compiling a list of people that have issues with their house, and people who don't mow the lawn or they don't take off the boarded windows. they're typically hinting to you that they have a strong possibility to be a motivated seller. And for this reason, code violations, hands down, outside of driving for dollars, the fastest way to get in touch with a motivated seller in a short amount of time. We're trying to work within 30 days. This is probably one of my favorite lists to do. The next favorite list is your water shutoff list. Think about this. This is simply a list where the utility department cut off the water because somebody stopped paying their water bill, or there could be a safety or a plumbing issue. Either way, they are signs of motivation. Let's face it, if your water's not on, it's hard to live in a house. It's hard to have tenants there. There are problems. These are signs that you have a motivated seller, and it would be awesome to get a hold of these sellers. Now, keep in mind the utility department, it has to be public. If it's public, this list is available for you. I want you to use the same techniques I taught you with code violations to overcome any resistance. You have to have constant persistence. Be nice about it. Follow through with it. Keep in mind, if the utility company is private, they're probably not going to share that information for you, but most of them are public. So if you can get that list, you are well on your way to making that $30K in 30 days. So we got driving for dollars, we got code violations, we got water shutoffs. The next one is, remember, we're trying to make that $30K in 30 days. We need urgency. Now I want you to go to your county courthouse, and we're going to look for two particular lists. Okay, they're both free, so don't worry about that. Number one is going to be your pre-foreclosures. These are people where they've stopped making payments to the bank. The bank is threatening a lawsuit, which is called the lis pendens, and they're filing motions and they're giving notification to the homeowner that if they don't make their loan good, they're going to file a foreclosure process and start the process of taking back their property. It's terrible for a homeowner, but the reality is when that happens, there's usually something going on in their life, a loss of job, a change in income, or a catastrophic failure of the house, some sort of major repair, can't make the payment anymore. They usually need to sell quick and fast to save some of their equity before the lawyers eat it up. And that's where if you get that list and get in contact with those homeowners, you can find some highly motivated sellers. Now, a pre-warning on pre-foreclosures. They're very drama-filled. A lot of them like to procrastinate to the end. Your job is to help these sellers help themselves out of a terrible situation and have them save face. Remember, we're here to create win-win situations. We're not here to take advantage of people. And if you help people out in any type of foreclosure situation, you are well on your way of getting a great wholesale deal from a motivated seller. The last one I want to get from the courthouse, this might surprise some of you, but is just the eviction list. This is a very public list. They're never going to hide this from you. It's probably the easiest of them all to get. And these are simply landlords that are evicting tenants that obviously haven't paid their rent and they want them out of the property. Your goal is to reach out to these landlords and try to find the tired landlords that are sick of doing this. The house possibly just got trashed, or they have to go through this entire process. It is the perfect moment to find a tired landlord that just says, listen, I want out, give me cash, and I'll move in. Why? The houses usually need to be fixed up, and they're usually vacant. They are perfect for what we do in this business, and it is a great sign to get a motivated seller, which is the tired landlord, so you can get a deal for your wholesale operation. Now we have all our lists put together. Every one of these lists create massive amounts of urgency. Guys, I could go on and on forever for lists. I'm trying to get you to that $30K in 30 days, either 2 deals at $15K or 3 at 10. We do them all day long. They're not that hard to get it. You've got to have high activity. So you need to fill these lists up with massive numbers. Now, the driving for dollars, I told you to go out and get 400. It's not that hard. It's 100 a week. Okay, guys, you can do that in your sleep. By the time you add all the other lists, you should be easily to add another 500 to that. So that puts you at 900 leads. Most of you can come up with 1,000. If you get 1,000 leads in 30 days, your job is now to comb through them. So the first thing we have to do is we need to skip trace some of these lists. A skip trace is simply the act of looking up a potential seller, a motivated seller's phone number, so you can simply call them on the phone, the fastest way to connect with them. Now, don't panic. You can still do this for free. You can go to truepeoplesearch.com. It is manual. It's going to take you time, and it's far from perfect. But if you're on a limited budget, this is really the way to go. If you have a large list and you want to make it go much quicker and you got a few bucks to do it, just go to zachdata.com and you can skip trace it right there. Click a button and it'll spit out the phone numbers for you. Either way works. One is you have money. The other one is you have time. You pick which method you want to do. Remember, 30 days, we got to get this done. So even if you spend a few bucks, it's no big deal, guys. But don't let money become an object that blocks you from doing this. This is easy to do. So now we have the list, we have the properties, we have potential motivated sellers, we have the phone number. Now we need to enact our basic campaign to contact these sellers. So how are we going to target them? What medium are we going to use? The first one to use is simply cold calling. Cold calling is just the act of picking up the phone. You can use Google Voice. You can use a virtual phone number, and you want to go out and reach out to these people and find out, hey, are you the owner of the property? Do you have interest in selling the property? Remember, 9 out of 10 people are probably going to hang up on you or not be nice to you. So you don't spend a lot of energy on the first minute or two of the call. Make sure you're smiling. They hear a happy person on the end, but you want to ask, are you the owner of the property? Do you have an interest in selling it? If they don't answer to those questions, there's no point in moving on. Remember, this is a numbers game. 30K in 30 days, we have to move fast. So we're going to do the cold calling. So the cold calling we're going to do on the code violations. We're definitely going to do on the water shutoffs, and we're going to do that on the evictions, okay? The next technique which we're going to add, which is going to create urgency, is what you need to do to get these deals done in 30 days, is the reverse driving for dollar method. And what I want you to do is take your pre-foreclosure list, okay? This is the list that you collected from the courthouse. Now, this one, you can skip trace if you want. It wouldn't hurt you to do it. You can call them. But what I want you to do is take a yellow sticky pad, and then you're going to figure out the sequence to drive around to these properties. You can use DMZAC for that, and it'll organize it in the software for you on how to figure out your route. And this is a method that's been figured out. So many people have done it. It's just a yellow note. It says, I got a quick question about your house. You put a name and your virtual phone number on there, and then you stick it on the door and they call you. Why do you do this? Because most people, A, they're not home. B, they got the Ring doorbells. They won't let you in anyways. And C, honestly, it's much more efficient. So I know what you're thinking. Well, Rick, what do I do if they come out in the door and they start like barking at me? Why are you sticking on this door? And just say, listen, I just put a note on the door in reference about selling your house if you have an interest, and then just shut up. And if they start screaming at you, listen, I'm just doing my job. If they want more information, you are qualified to engage a conversation on their front porch step. It is the perfect scenario for you to connect with as many people without being accosted by like angry dogs, angry Karens. You guys know what I mean? And it's really efficient. And remember, when they call you, it kind of switches the mood of how the deal goes down. So usually when they call you, there is some sort of interest. Now, some are going to call you and they're going to be a little bit peeved. It's okay. Just kill them with kindness. Be nice to everyone, because remember, a phone call is an opportunity to buy a great wholesale deal. So you need to look at it. Even the ones that chew you out, they gave you the opportunity, and you win the conversation by inviting as many people to call you as humanly possible. So guys, the reverse driving for dollars is wildly, wildly effective. Now, I'm going to give you one bonus tip to add to this, because guys, 30K in 30 days. I want you to do 50K, but let's focus on 30K. We just need 2 or 3 deals. So to put it over the top with all these other techniques I taught you, you want to get this done in 30 days and you want to make this happen. I want you to add FSBOs to your list, okay? Why do I say FSBOs? FSBO stands for for sale by owner. This is simply the process of calling people on Zillow, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace that have properties on market. Either they're looking to rent or they're looking to sell. This is purely a numbers game. I need you to get 600 leads, 150 a week, and go through and call them. The beauty is you don't have to skip trace any of these because they've already given your phone number. But the idea is catch someone that can't sell their property, that is struggling to move it, and just decides, hey, I might as well take a deal and move on with my life. It winds up being a wonderful wholesale deal for you. The only way to make FSBOs work, in my opinion, pure numbers game, okay? 600 is the one you're going to have to dial to get a shot at 1 or 2 deals. It is a numbers game. If you add this to all the other techniques I taught you, you are well on your route to get 30K in 30 days. Guys, I do this consistently nonstop. And if you had to press me, say, Rick, 30K in 30 days, put me in a brand new market, this is the exact technique I would do. It works really well. It's proven time and time again. The only thing that you have to do is you have to work it. So let me know in the comments if you're going to commit to doing the 30K in 30 days and if you can implement all these strategies, because Guys, it's all about volume. It's all about massive action. Once you take it, you get the wheels in motion. You are going to get rejected, but you are going to find someone that needs to sell a property. And what better person than you to take this down to get your first 30K in the first 30 days wholesaling? Guys, let me know if you're in, man, because I'm excited. I love doing this stuff. It's challenging. It's fun, but it's easily done. And why not you? So, guys, do me a favor. Smash that like button if you like this video. Click that subscribe to hear the next videos I have coming down. And I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.